our health house here in Christiania. Yeah, and we are kind of like an alternative, what's it called, first aid house. People come here if they have small injuries or if they have bruising or stuff like this, and we try to fix it first and foremost with herbs if we can, but if we cannot use herbs, then we of course use all kind of normal medications. Exactly. Yeah. But if, for instance, people come with a wound, we use thyme, for instance, to prevent infection. But if there is an infection, for instance, we use some kind of antibiotic cream. Nowadays we use a silver cream instead. So we try to use less harmful first, and then we build up on top. But
one question: people must pay for the service, or
we don't charge anything here.
Okay.
We don't ask for social security number or stuff like that.
You just help people. Okay.
Yeah, and we don't register people.
Okay.
We have a book where we write what kind of treatment we do, because we are many people working here.
Okay.
So if people come, like, they have to have their wound treated for several times, and we have a kind of continuity in it. We have a doctor who come here. And
it's a general doctor.
Yeah, and she's here like a couple of hours. And it's like if we have something we are in doubt, if we need antibiotics, then she can write the prescription for it, because we cannot do that.
You are an example of a community trying to evolve from yourself, no?
Yeah.
In our constitution in Venezuela right now, the community power is in the constitution. And actually no one knows how to do it. So you are experimenting, we are also experimenting in another level. And you need to provide medical facilities, but also you need to provide banking service. We are talking about that 10 years ago we have 16% of extreme poverty. So even if that is not the same, more or less we are talking about the same people. And the way to manage all these problems is the community ruling by itself. Okay? You are a community that by your own idea are trying to organize. It's not the same when you're trying to combine the community to get organized by themselves, okay?
But I think it's, we started out of need, because in the old times there was a lot of hard drugs out here. So we had hard times getting the doctors out here, because they were afraid to have their bags stolen and stuff like that, because somebody called the cops and said we are ill, and then they had trouble. So we actually had trouble getting the doctors out here. So it started with a need that we had to do something ourselves. And I think pretty much that's the same in your country. You have a need and you have a will, and then you find a way. And of course we have developed through many years, and then many people come in with new ideas, and we normally say here that it's not your qualification that brings you to work here, it's your engagement in the project, because we are not doctors, so we can always teach people to clean a wound and stuff like that, because also we don't inject in people and we don't cut in people, we let doctors do that.
And how do you work in prevention?
We give vitamins for free to people which we can see need vitamins. And we have this one for those who don't drink, and then we have one for those who drink, and that's because a couple of this it will be flushed out with the alcohol. And we give it to people they can come and get for a week, and then they have to come next week to get for another week. And this way we also have a possible to like look, does it get better or does it get worse?
How many of you work more or less here in this service?
How many we work?
Yes.
Yeah, it's we are like 6 people.
6 for 600, so we're talking about the 10%.
I mean, it's not everybody who comes and uses the house. Also people from outside come and use
come here, so it's bigger.
Because you can buy really good tea.
Small treatment room.
And how do you find funds?
We get some money from the government to help us, and then the Christiania gets a lot of money also. But actually we are very cheap. We run for less than, a little bit more than $500,000 Danish crowns. This is where if people have infections. Den er rigtig fin.
Ja, det er så godt, fordi jeg er christianier, som også kommer og tager bade her. Der er en badebæk og altså noget at støtte sig til, ikke? Og hvis folk kan hofteoperere, så vil de ikke knække 90 grader i hoften. Og så har vi den her, altså sådan en toiletforhøjer. Så de kan komme på se. Så er der sådan, altså, det er et tilbud til flere af de ældre christianitter. Så fordi hvis folk har det skidt og er paranoid eller bange, så kan de se ud i haven, så kan de gå ud af døren, og de andre i sundhedshuset kan også høre os. Altså der er fred, altså luft omkring dem.
To make the facilities for the action days as good as possible. It means that we said that people can come, they can have free food, they can have free drinks, and they can have a free shower. And this way, then people think that okay, I can spend a day there, and because it's a good company, and also, you manage to share and to and when you finish, you have this feeling that you've done something together. You can see that you made a difference, and that this is the salary of the work. I can see you are successful because it's clean. But how many people came more or less? It's sometimes the ideas we developed here is something the kids, the young ones, take for granted, and that's the most dangerous things, is that when you take things for granted, that the thing you expect that this is the way it have to be. Exactly. Then it's dangerous. Exactly. Because then you don't appreciate that this is what's going on. Exactly. You need to construct it. So the young people, they have to understand the value of these. How do you do that? You talk a lot. Send them to town. No. Okay. I know. Send them to town. That's the only way.
Well, this the green hall, what is now the green brick recycling hall. We're selling materials what we break down from houses. The building itself is from 1947. And it is a protected building. In the military time, it was horses. All of it, yes. And then they were training in here.
How do you manage this? You bring all the material, the recycled material, and you can sell it. Okay. And how do you establish a price?
I will show you a few things. You see, we also sell all this materials for heating during the winter time. We do not have enough electricity, so we cannot use electricity
for heating. Yes. Okay.
So people buy these wooden pillars and ordinary firewood and so on. Doors and windows, all of it is of course recycled from what we find when we break down the houses. But you can also see we have wood for floors and so on. Also, it is very much a tradition in Denmark that you build with wood.
Yes.
Very seldom you see a floor made out of stone. It's always wood. All these kind of more elegant things for corners and so on is made in Christiania as well. Then we order the wood from our supplier and then we give it to this place where they make that kind of things. Well, then you should also see our shop. Here. Okay. So we need to make a meeting every Monday. Exactly. That's what we do. And then we decide.
How many years working?
Yes. This has been existing for a little more than 30 years.
30 years.
We started with no money.
And you still been the first one who managed this, or there are new generations coming in?
It is new generations, for sure it is.
Okay.
Every worker in here knows everything about economy. We are told every Monday how much money do we have in our bank account, how much money do we have going on the way to the bank and from the bank and so on. That is very different from a normal company.
Dollars. 50 kroner you can buy with, you can have it with souvenir.
Okay.
I bought them for you. All in all.
Yeah, thank you.
Salary.
One salary.
One salary.
Løn means løn in Danish.
Okay.
Løn, salary.
Only in Christiania. You can buy hashes, you can buy beer, everything you want.
Okay. So you're managing your own company?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Very good to know.
Hej så længe.
Our main duty is to maintain these walls, historical walls that are surrounding the whole Christiania.
Yes, for the fence. Yes.
To maintain the path, we have to cut the grass or the plants on the wall. Maintain all the trees, and, shrubs, and everything. And we also saving the coastline. Okay. Because it's a small lake or a small canal. But still, it has waves in winter time.
Okay.
The whole thing is polluted.
It's polluted. Okay.
You can build your own glass house and put your own earth or clay into it, or build it up. And then it will be clean, but you can't really
use it. Okay.
You never know how
Exactly.
how
It's a
polluted
risk. It's a risk.
the earth is. This is, for example, a problem for the gardener group. You know, there's a staircase over there.
Right,
There's a
use
stair,
this.
but people are going this way. And
You erosionate this.
the problem is when they continue going on this,
make a hole.
the clay that is on top of it
Okay.
will move away, and then it goes down to the sand.
Okay.
And then it goes
Everything
fast.
goes. Okay.
Yeah, and we have to use a lot of money and a lot of energy to repair this. So our idea is maybe to plant something, some bushes with thorn, some big ones that just fills the whole. Yeah, we're just covered.
Okay.
Up, because a fence doesn't work. They
No,
just go over.
exactly.
Or plants are a good idea. Yeah,
How many people work there?
in the gardener group.
Garden group.
It's in winter time. It's a group of 4 or 5 people. And in summertime we can get
20.
Oh no,
No.
8 or so. This is built up wood from the trees around. It's mostly ash tree.